Okay, our topic is integration by using trigonometric substitution. Okay, in this method, ang kailangan niyong tandaan is the three special forms of the integrand. Okay, sulat natin. Special forms. Number 1, a squared minus u squared. Let u equals a sine theta. Number 2, a squared plus u squared. Let u equals a tangent theta. Number 3, u squared minus a squared. Let u equals a second theta. So, ayan lang yung tatlo. Kapag gagamitin mo yung method na to, the trigonometric substitution. Okay? So, example tayo. Okay, example. Evaluate this integral. Number 1, say the integral of dx over x squared times the square root of 4 minus x squared. So, tingnan nyo pa lang, no? Itong radicand, 4 minus x squared, ang kamukha nito is yung number 1. Diba? A squared minus u squared, we will let u equals a sine theta. So, paano gawin yan? Paano gamitin? So, ganito, no? Solution. So, a squared is 4. Ito yan, no? 4. So, a is 2. U squared is x squared. Ito yan, no? X squared, which is u squared. U is equal to x. Okay? Then, we let u equals a sine theta. And u is x, a is 2, times sine theta. Differentiate, dx is equal to 2 times cosine theta d theta. Derivative of sine theta is cosine theta d theta. Okay? Now, balik tayo dito sa original nating integral. Okay? Sulat ko lang ulit dito. So, the integral of dx over x squared times the square root of 4 minus x squared is equal to, ang gagawin natin is substitute. What is dx? Dx is this one. So, 2 cosine theta d theta over x squared. Ito yung x squared natin. 4 sine squared theta times the square root of 4. Okay, 4 minus x squared 4 sine squared theta. Okay? So, this is equal to 2 cosine theta d theta over 4 sine squared theta. Factor out natin itong 4. So, 4 times 1 minus sine squared theta. And 1 minus sine squared theta is cosine squared theta. Okay na? Yes. So, 2 or integral of 2 cosine theta d theta over square root of 4 is 2. 2 times 4, 8. Sine squared theta. Square root of cosine squared theta is cosine theta. Cancelled. Anong natira? 2 over 8 is 1 over 4. Labas na natin. Constant, no? Times the integral of d theta over sine squared theta. 1 over sine is cosecant. So, this is equal to 1 over 4 times cosecant squared theta d theta. And what is the integral of cosecant squared theta? Equal to minus 1 over 4 cotangent theta plus c. Now, hindi pa tayo tapos dyan, ano? Kailangan natin ibalik sa x. O, dito tayo tumingin, ano? X is equal to 2 sine theta. So, sulat ko lang dito. X, okay, from x equals 2 sine theta. Sine theta is equal to x over 2. And we know that sine theta is opposite over hypotenuse. So, yung x dito is the opposite and 2 is the hypotenuse. Now, kung gagawa ko ng triangle, okay, ito, sabihin natin right triangle. So, theta, opposite is x. hypotenuse is 2. Ang kailangan natin is itong side na to, no? Which is hypotenuse minus the opposite. So 4 minus x squared. Okay? Now, ang kailangan natin is the cotangent. Cotangent is inverse ng tangent, no? So, ang tangent is opposite over adjacent. So, ang mangyayari for cotangent is adjacent over opposite. Okay? So, the integral of dx over x squared times 4 minus x squared is equal to this, no? Minus 1 over 4 cotangent theta plus c. And this is equal to, from this triangle, minus 1 over 4, and cotangent is adjacent. Adjacent is square root of 4 minus x squared over opposite, x plus c. Okay? Yes? Yes. Now, this is the final answer. So, nakuha niyo ba? Dali lang, no? Medyo mahaba lang. Okay? Number 2. So, the integral of dx over quantity a squared plus x squared raised to 3 halves. Okay? So, dito naman, a squared plus x squared. Okay? So, alam niyo na yung gagamitin. So, a squared is a squared. So, a is a. Okay? Then, u squared equals x squared. U is x. So, we let u equals a tangent theta. And u is x. A is a tangent theta. Differentiate. So, dx is equal to a. Derivative of tangent theta is secant squared theta d theta. Then, substitute. So, the integral of dx over quantity a squared plus x squared raised to 3 halves equals, again, substitute, no? What is dx? dx is this. So, a secant squared theta d theta over, okay, over a squared, okay, a squared plus x squared. So, a squared tangent squared theta, then raised to 3 halves. So, this is equal to the integral of a secant squared theta d theta over, factoring out a squared. So, a squared times 1 plus tangent squared theta raised to 3 halves. And what is 1 plus tangent squared theta? So, secant squared theta yan, no? So, this is equal to the integral of a secant squared theta d theta over a squared raised to 3 halves is a cubed. Okay, then secant squared theta raised to 3 halves is secant cubed theta. Okay? So, this is equal to the integral of 1 over a squared times d theta over secant theta. So, itong 1 over a squared is constant. No? Labas na lang natin. 1 over a squared times the integral of d theta over the secant theta. Okay? Secant theta. But what is 1 over secant theta? This is also equal to the integral of cosine. No? Cosine theta d theta. Yes. So what is the integral of cosine theta d theta? Integral sine, no? Sine theta plus c. So, hindi pa tayo tapos dyan, ano? Gagawa ulit tayo ng triangle. So, from here, sa this one, the tangent theta is x over a. So, tangent theta, ito na lang, tangent theta is x over a. So kung meron tayong triangle, let's say this is the triangle, ito yung theta, opposite over adjacent, so this is the opposite x, and adjacent is a. Ano naman itong hypotenuse? Hypotenuse is a squared plus x squared. Now, ang kailangan natin is sine theta. Sine theta is opposite over hypotenuse. So, this is equal to 1 over a squared. Sine theta is x over the hypotenuse a squared plus x squared plus c. So, ito na yung ating final answer. Okay? Yes. Number 3. Okay. Ano magandang example? Number 3. Integral of dx over, try natin yung a secant theta naman, ano? So, x squared minus 16 raised to 3 halves. Yan. So, solution natin. Okay, a squared is 16. Therefore, a is 4. U squared is x squared. Therefore, u is equal to x. So, we let u equals secant or a secant theta. U is x, so x, and a is 4, secant theta. Differentiate, dx equals 4. What is the derivative of secant theta? Okay, recall lang, secant theta, tangent, theta d theta. So, substitute natin dito sa original, no? Original integral, so that is the dx over x squared minus 16 raised to 3 halves is equal to the integral of dx, which is 4, secant theta, tangent theta, d theta, over x squared. Ito yung x. So, square pa natin. So, 16. So, 16 secant squared theta minus what? 16, no? 16. Then, raised to 3 halves. Okay? So, next. Dali na to, no? So, next is the integral of 4 secant theta tangent theta d theta over, factor out natin yung 16. Okay, 16. So, secant squared theta minus 1. Parang ginawa rin natin kanina, no? Then, raised to 3 halves. Okay? So, what is this one? Yan ay tangent squared theta. So, this is equal to 4 secant theta tangent theta d theta over what is 16 raised to 3 halves. Okay, 64, no? 64. Okay, 64. Then, tangent squared theta raised to 3 halves. Tangent cube. Okay, tangent cube theta. Okay, so 4 over 64 is 1 over 16. No? So, labas ko na, 1 over 16. Constant yan. Times the integral of secant theta d theta. So, may natira pang dalawa dito. Over tangent squared theta. Okay? Now, anong sunod na gagawin? So, kailangan natin itong ma-simplify, no? Ito muna. So, 1 over 16 times the integral of tangent theta is sine over cosine. Since nasa denominator to, so magiging cosine over sine, no? Cosine squared. Okay, cosine squared theta over sine squared theta. Sine over cosine, no? Pinas ko lang. Okay, now yun namang secant theta is 1 over cosine. 1 over cosine theta. So times 1 over cosine theta. And of course, don't forget the d theta. Yan. So ito na. So cancel natin to. May natirang isa. So nangyari is 1 over ano ba nangyari? Wait lang. So cosine, rewrite na nga lang. Sulat na lang natin. 1 over 16 times the integral of cosine theta d theta over sine squared theta. Yan, para malinaw, no? Okay, now, 1 over sine, pwede rin siya kasi as ganito, no? 1 over 16 times the integral of cosine theta d theta times over sine theta times sine theta. Yan, para madaling makita, no? Cosine over sine is cotangent, and 1 over sine is cosecant theta. Okay? So this is 1 over 16 times the cosecant theta times cotangent theta, d theta. Okay? So ito kasi, cosecant theta at cotangent theta, what is the integral of this? Cosecant, negative cosecant, no? Negative cosecant theta. So this is minus 1 over 16 cosecant theta plus c. Yon. Okay? Now, hindi pa yung tapos, kailangan siya ibalik dun sa may x. So, nag-substitute tayo, no? Again, kailangan ko ng triangle, right triangle, theta. So, balik tayo, no? Dito sa x natin. X is 4 secant theta. Okay? So, x equals 4 secant theta, or secant theta is equal to x over 4. Okay? X over 4. So, kung yan ay x over 4, so dito yung x, hypotenuse, and adjacent is 4, and this side is x squared minus 16. Sundan? Yeah, pwede rin kasi ito as 1 over cosine. And cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. Baliktad lang, no? Okay? So, nasundan yan? So, kinuha ko lang tong isang side. Then, ang kailangan ko is the cosecant theta, which is 1 over sine. And sine theta is opposite over hypotenuse. So, ang kailangan ko ngayon is hypotenuse over the opposite. Okay? So, hypotenuse over the opposite for the cosecant theta. So, the integral of dx over x squared minus 16 raised to 3 halves is equal to minus 1 over 16 cosecant of theta plus c. And cosecant theta is the same as 1 over sine theta. And sine theta is opposite over hypotenuse, di ba? So, from this triangle, ang kailangan ko is the hypotenuse over the opposite. So, yun yung cosecant. Okay, so negative 1 over 16, hypotenuse is x over the opposite, which is x squared minus 16 plus c. Ito na yung ating final answer. Okay? Yes.